So this news could really, really impact gig workers, drivers, anyone in that type of economy. And that is, we all know that on July the 31st, actually a couple of days before, the PUA, that's $600, runs out. That was a lifeline. That was a lifeline to many drivers, right? And now this is heading to Congress over decisions. Not going to take a political stance. You're just going to tell the story as it is. But the Democrats propose a continuation of $500 per person for you. Republicans say no, not so fast, only $200. So that's a big difference, $500 extra or $200, right? And I have no idea where they're going to meet. Where's the meeting of the minds going to be, on what dollar figure? But they say it's going to lapse. So there's not going to be a continuation. They still have to make a decision on this. So after July the 31st, the question is, if it does continue, at what price and what date? These are the factors that will impact a lot of people returning back to work. So the coronavirus benefit boost expires in July, and Republicans in Congress seem uninterested in paying people to stay at home. When lawmakers added $600 per week to unemployment benefits in March, it was a lifeline to millions of workers who had been laid off and would be laid off due to the coronavirus pandemic. Now, with the extra money set to expire in July and the pandemic far from over, there are real questions whether Congress will extend those federal dollars and how hard Democrats are willing to fight Republicans who are seemingly dead set against it. Okay, so Republicans, honestly, they want you to go back to work. They want you to find work, whatever it is. They're not interested in paying that $600 additionally. Democrats are saying, hey, you know what, let's make a deal. Let's offer $500 and let's get this COVID under control. You can decide, right? You can decide on this, how you feel about it. I've already made my decision. I don't really want to vocalize them here, but I want to see them. I'm about the money and the safety, because we've paid in. We've rightfully paid in. It's our money, right? So I'm all for safety. Number one, your health. It's not going to help you if you're 6 feet under the ground, right? You're not going to be making money. The other thing is you got to pay your bills. So which party has your back? Grothman added that when the House voted on the bill, many Republicans may have been unaware that the extra $600 would mean some workers receive more in unemployment than they earned at their jobs, which is true, very true in the gig economy. He predicted Republicans would push back forcefully against an extension of those benefits. Senate Republican leaders and the Trump administration agreed with Democrats on the $600 as part of a roughly $2 trillion package of coronavirus relief measures in March. Many drivers were recipients of this money, right? Democrats pushed for full wage replacement for anyone who lost their job. The administration argued it would be too tricky for states to calculate exact wage replacements, so it settled on adding $600 in federal money every week to the unemployment checks paid by states. The sum is roughly the difference between the average wage and the average weekly unemployment payment. With an extra $600 on top of the unemployment benefits that states already pay, millions of workers have been able to ride out the pandemic at home. And I agree with that, which is what public health experts have recommended to slow the spread of the virus. And that was working. That was working until, let's say restaurants opened up, bars opened up, shopping centers opened up, protests happened, etc. That pushed the numbers back up. So we're back to square one. But it was working. The formula in my eyes was working. You receiving the money, staying at home, staying safe, getting through the month, and not contributing to the COVID-19. While the expanded benefits have helped individual families, Democrats view them as a key public health measure as well. According to a spokesman for the House Ways and Means Committee, it allows workers to follow individual and community medical orders during the pandemic. This Democrat this Democratic aide said. But the $600 benefit has left some businesses now eager to reopen without workers willing to risk getting sick or low wages. Very true. Rather than promote public health, Republicans feel they have only discouraged work because so many people can earn more, the same or only slightly less, by just collecting unemployment. Republicans want to force people back to their jobs, reopening the economy, the virus be damned, right? So I'm all for opening the economy, but I'm all for health over money, right? I'm all for safety over money, right? I want to be around for my family. I want to be around for my kids in 10, 15, 20 years, right? So, you know, I gotta say, I would prefer they give us like another 60 days and see where the numbers are. And we got to really work together on this. It doesn't help if the United States is split, especially on the whole mask issue. Half say no, half say yes. But our numbers compared to other countries, let's be honest here, are atrocious. They're absolutely atrocious, right? And so they say, in fact, in some states, Republican governors are cutting benefits to anyone who won't return to their previous job, right? So there's actually some states working against you right now. They don't mention them, but I got to do my homework here, and maybe you can contribute and let us know which states those are. When House Democrats passed the latest round of coronavirus economic relief in May, the $3 trillion HEROES Act, they, sorry, I need to just, let me just see here. I lost the connection there for a second. I was going to read you this paragraph. When the House Democrats passed their latest round of coronavirus economic relief in May, the $3 trillion HEROES Act, they extended the $600 unemployment benefits through the end of the year. It was just one part of a sprawling bill that also included hazard pay for essential workers and another round of stimulus payments for most households. Listen, this hazard pay is essential. You deserve it, right? I'm all for this hazard pay. I remember when I was in the army, if they would send me into dangerous regions where my life was in danger, I got paid hazard pay. You are an essential worker. You are put in harm's way. So you should be receiving this money. The hazard pay proposal would give grocery store and public safety workers an extra $13 per hour, a way to make work more rewarding than receiving unemployment benefits. If Democrats can't cajole Republicans into another economic relief bill before the end of July, the looming expiration of the extra $600 will likely add significant pressure. That amount seems to be a non-starter with Republicans, whose support is needed to get a bill through the Senate and signed by President Donald Trump. It's impossible, however, that lawmakers could compromise on a lower sum. In an earlier proposal to extend the benefits past July, a Republican Representative Don Bayer, a Democrat Ways and Means member, suggested phasing down the weekly amount as conditions improve. I think that's a pretty cool proposal. It's important for Democrats to understand the Republican argument that there are a handful of people who are making more at home and don't want to go back to their jobs where they make less money. A key element of Bayer's proposal was that extra benefits would be reduced automatically according to specific metrics, such as unemployment rates and social distancing guidelines under the formal national emergency declaration, right? So Grothman seemed open to an idea of a lower number. Republicans offered $200. Republicans have been generally non-committal about other economic relief bill. A spokesman for Senate Finance Committee Chair Chuck Grassley, Republican Iowa, said that it's too early to predict economic conditions come July, but the committee members have heard from employers that beefed up unemployment payments can be a disincentive for hiring. So we shall see where it goes. This one person says, I was starting to panic. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my house payment? But then she got paid. Ramirez said She received a lump sum of weeks she missed, more than $2,000 altogether. She paid her car insurance and even made the mortgage payments that weren't due until July because of the forbearance plan. She said her employer called her back to work earlier this month, then followed her again after one of her co-workers got sick. I get it. We need money. Bills don't stop, Ramirez said in an email. But if you're sick or dead, what does it matter? So I pray that they come to some conclusion, to some resolution. Democrats say let's continue with the 600. They would go down as low as 500. Republicans are offering 200. Maybe they meet in the middle. Maybe they meet in the middle. The middle would be 350. It's right in the middle. One wants 500 as a compromise. The other say 200. That's a $300 discrepancy. Divide that by half, 150. Maybe we can expect 350, but there's going to be an interruption because of this, because they haven't made this decision. So come 31st of July, you will get that last payment. Then the question is, when does this continue? If it does continue, how much do you get? I want your comments on this, really. I really want you to unload your thoughts, your mind on this particular video. Thank you.